So my journey into the world of FPV has been a slow and careful one so far. I don't really want to end up building my drones from scratch because I just don't have the time. But awesome creators like Ian over at Mads Tech have gotten into my brain and infected me with all their FPV awesomeness. So it is something I'm keen to look at. So for some time now, I have been playing with whoop kits like the ones kindly sent to me by Emax USA. And I've been getting used to life from within the goggles slowly but surely. The whoop flying has helped me get used to the flying style and practice manual mode in just about the safest real world way that I could. It's helped me as well with my flying in terms of larger drones like the DJI FPV drone and the Avata as well, getting used to life in the goggles. So when Emax sent me their new series of bind and fly quads, it excited me a lot. Designed to work within the existing HD0 ecosystem you already have, it made a lot of sense to me. These quads come in 3.5 and 5-inch models, and some of the impressive specs include the first time adoption of ELRS into an Emax quad, an all new printed frame, new Avia style props which focus on flight time, and Eco 2 brushless motors to keep the torque versus weight battle respectable. The 3.5-inch here, but we have here, runs on a 4S battery, but the larger 5-inch version will be able to run with both 4 and 6S. Now, we're going to be giving away this exact complete quad as you see it here, ready to bind and fly with your HD0 kit. Keep tuned for the very simple way that we're going to be doing that. First up, let's hear a little bit more on the technical side of things and indeed a test flight from Ian over at Mads Tech. Now, I'm still a beginner to the world of FPV, so I thought some wiser words might help here too.
Hello everyone at Geeksvana, it is Ian from Mads Tech and I'm going to walk you through some of the more technical details on this little drone from Emax. Now the Apex is available in a number of versions. There are two sizes, 3.5-inch and 5-inch. I've got the 3.5-inch here, and there are a couple of configuration options as well. You can get it as a plug and play or bind and fly. This is the bind and fly that not only comes with HD0 digital FPV built in, but it also has an Express LRS receiver as well, allowing you to bind it to your Express LRS radios or transmitters, meaning you can simply plug it in, get going and be able to fly. Now, walking you through some of the specs, this model features 3000 kV motors which support 4 or 6S. My understanding is it's tuned for 4S, about 800 milliamp hour packs as standard. The drone size is 162mm wheelbase and weighs 167 grams excluding the battery. If we take a look down in the middle here, you will see the HD0 Whoop VTX in the middle. This is the standard Whoop VTX, not the new Whoop Lite. And then up front, we have our HD0 Nano camera version 1, which supports 720p 16:9, and it also supports adjusting of the settings such as brightness and contrast, etc. as well. And you also have the camera adjustable here, allowing you to adjust the angle that you want it on. The flight stack on this is an all-in-one which features an STM32F722 with a 4-in-1 25 amp ESC, and that's located down here below the VTX. Moving around to the back, you can see that we have our little VTX antenna located just on the back, and then we have the Express LRS antenna located here. If we flip it over, you can see them a bit easier, and then we have our battery strap at the bottom here, allowing us to hold that in place nice and easily. It is using XT30 power connector, and it has a capacitor up here as well for filtering out some of the noise on the drone too. Now, just to show you some thoughts on the packaging and build quality, overall, everything looks really good. The motors are decent. We have the packaging in the center with the flight controller and the VTX at the top. All the wiring looks fairly well soldered. Everything looks decent. The only thing I will mention is we do have some wires over the side here you would need to be careful about in a crash. The frame is carbon fiber, and you can see they've done a nice job of securing the wiring down with tape on each corner as well. Now, as I mentioned, this is the Express LRS version, which is bind and fly. There is, though, something I just want to mention on it, and something I spotted was that the configuration out the box isn't quite correct. They have the arming channel set to the lowest PWM range rather than the highest, which means armed would be 1000 to say 1300 PWM. That is not actually advised by the Express LRS team, and you should change that so it arms at 2000 PWM at the top of the range and not the bottom to get the best possible performance and safety from the drone. Okay, so it's time to get this aircraft in the air and give it a few test flights. Now for this, I'm going to be using the HD0 VRX module on a set of Skyzone 04Xs. This is the new VRX module that allows up to 4 external antennas, built-in real-time clock, as well as local audio recording. My setup, as you can see, was 2 patch antennas, and that should give me decent range and signal overall. Battery-wise, we're going to be using the Mini Stars from CNHL, which should give us a reasonable flight time. This is the recommended size battery for this little aircraft. So it was time for a few flights to get to grips with how the aircraft feels in the air. Okay, so I've now had probably 14, 15 flights on the Apex now, and I have to say, I really like this. In fact, I wish I'd have ordered more batteries because this aircraft is absolutely great fun. It flies decent, it goes well, and I like the fact that we have a bind and fly with HD0 and Express LRS built in. I am going to be ordering a lot more batteries for this because I just want it in the bag every time I go and fly, just to have a bit of fun at the end of my normal flights. Whether you're someone who wants to get into FPV racing or you want something that's just a little bit more lively than say a 5-inch, this is going to be well worth a look. I really cannot complain about a single thing on this product. I think if you're someone who wants something out the box that has the features and capabilities this has, you're not going to go far wrong.
Thank you to Ian from Mads Tech for his kind input. If you don't already follow him, there's a link in the description. Go say hi. So this is an impressive product from Emax. There are links in the description to go purchase the 3.5-inch or the 5-inch Hawk drone. They are, as usual, not affiliate links because we don't actually do those. Now let's get to this bind and fly 3.5-inch and let's give it away to one of our lucky viewers. We're going to make this extremely simple without falling foul of the annoying spam bots that are ever present on YouTube these days. To win, you simply need to send an email to email@geeksvana.com. To qualify, you need to put your name in the body of the email and the subject line should read Emax Hawk Apex Prize. That's it, nothing else to do. The winner will be drawn with a random picker live on air after the closing date, which is the 23rd of September. The only notification the winner will get is a reply to their original email and the announcement live on Geeksvana after the closing date, as I was saying. So if you get a comment reply saying you've won a prize or asking you to contact them via some app or other, it isn't Geeksvana, so ignore it. We will never ask you for money to ship prizes and will only notify you of our giveaways this way from now on to stop all the spammers trying to scam you. Thank you again to Emax USA for sending us this great quad. and for making this giveaway possible. Remember, there is a link to the product in the description, but as usual, it's not an affiliate link because we don't do those. Oh, and here's a video that YouTube thinks you're going to want to watch next, where they write, Sean out.